Hello, I've had a load of questions recently from drummers who've just started with online session drumming. They're recording for their first load of clients and they want to know about royalties, the whole approach behind royalties, how to claim royalties on songs that they've played on, and how they should sort of word and price this whole thing. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to explain my approach, explain what I've been doing over the last 4 years. And now I have to say that this isn't legal advice. I'm not saying this is what you should do. Obviously you should never listen to anything I say and consult with the appropriate music industry lawyer and all that stuff. Having said that, I've recorded for hundreds and hundreds of tracks for people. I haven't seen anything yet which has convinced me to change this approach or has shown me that I'm losing out on any money by taking this approach. So for me personally, I'm happy to do it this way for simplicity and yeah. Anyway, so my overall approach is that I waive any rights to future royalties. In return, I charge a higher upfront fee. Now I know this is probably flagging something in your mind. You're thinking that sounds crazy, it's bad business sense. You're probably screwing yourself out of a load of money later on. But anyway, hopefully you'll hear me out and yeah, it won't sound so insane after you've heard my reasons for taking this approach. So anyway, there are 4 reasons why I waive my rights to royalties. The first of them is that it makes me more attractive as a drummer to my clients, because obviously if there's a load of drummers and one of them saying you don't have to pay me any future royalties, they're going to be incentivized to choose you, and they might pay a premium for your drum tracks in return for this sort of reassurance about the royalties. So that's my first reason. It's purely a sort of benefits advantage, if you like, and you can use this in your sales pitch, in the wording on your website. It's another advantage if you offer this sort of approach, and it's something I'm probably guilty of underusing. The second reason that I waive my rights to any royalties is because I don't want to rely on the musicians I record for. I don't want to rely on their ability to sell their music in order for my future income. Unfortunately, lots of musicians aren't that good at making money from recorded music, and I know that lots of the people I record for aren't going to see very much money at all from their recorded music. So I really don't want to be relying on this as a source of my income. If I was chasing royalties, I'd probably assume in my mind that I'm not going to see any royalties for any songs ever anyway, so I may as well make that assumption, sort of might as well set that in stone and charge a higher price for it, rather than sort of keep my fingers crossed that one of my clients goes on and writes the next Brown Eyed Girl or whatever, because I know that really in all likelihood I'm not going to see any money from royalties even if I did chase them up. So I definitely don't want to rely on my client's ability to sell their music for my future income. The third reason I waive all my royalty rights is because recorded music royalties generally are very low. Lots of artists are now using recorded music as a sort of promotional tool to get people to gigs or to sell merchandise. Sorry, that sort of thing. So recorded music royalties are low, and they're getting lower all the time. I know that I'm really chasing a slice of quite a small pie. And who knows what's going to happen in the future to recorded music. So one thing we can be sure of is that people are always going to be recording music. There's like a passion and a drive that people feel for making music, as you know, because that's why you're here. And recorded music will always be there. People will always pay players to play on their tracks, pay players to pay on their yeah. But in terms of royalties and performance royalties, mechanical royalties, that sort of thing, they're quite low, and they're going to be getting lower. So I'm not going to depend on that for my money. I want to just take as much money as I can up front, and then say to my clients that you can go off and do whatever you want with the track after that. You're not tied into giving me anything. Just go for it, basically. So the fourth and final reason that I waive all my rights to future royalties is because I genuinely don't have the time or inclination to chase any royalties should they happen. Now, I've recorded for hundreds and hundreds of different people. I've recorded on hundreds of tracks, hundreds of songs, all out there floating around in the music world, and it would basically be a full-time job for me trying to keep track of all of them, trying to keep track of how much money they're earning, how much they're selling at gigs, that sort of thing. It'd just be a massive nightmare, and I don't have the time. So knowing this, I can say, look, I'm not gonna chase any royalties. You don't have to pay me any royalties, because I genuinely don't have the time or inclination to chase any royalties should they happen. I haven't seen any songs that I've recorded on go on and earn significant royalties, so I haven't been persuaded to change this approach. I also know that should any of the bands or musicians I record for get signed or get any significant management or label interest, the label's probably going to want to re-record the songs anyway, so that they own the masters, because that's the whole business of owning a record label. And I know that they're even more likely to re-record my parts if the label finds out that they're tied in some sort of royalty thing. So knowing this, I'm probably more likely to hear my drumming played on the radio if I don't request royalties than if I do. I mean, playing on a big successful track or something gives you that sort of kudos, gives you a good stamp to put on your website. As I say, I just don't have the time or inclination to chase these things. And I also know that if it comes down to it, if there is a tussle or legal sort of battle, which I'm not really up for, but if there was one, then any label or big sort of management company is going to be able to outlawyer me anyway, and I'm really not inclined for any sort of fight that way. So anyway, I hope that this doesn't come across defeatist or negative at all. It's quite the opposite. I know that people are out there making music because they absolutely love it. Musicians are so passionate about what they do, and I'm passionate about what I do as well. I really, really enjoy the process of helping musicians make their songs sound better. It's really gratifying to hear feedback from people to that effect. And I know that, unfortunately, as a session drummer, as a session musician, I'm probably going to be getting more money for the song than the musician or artist is themselves. Short of maybe a producer or a mixer, someone like that, I'm probably going to be the only person seeing any money at all from the recording of that song. So I'm just going to take as much money as I can from that, and then leave the artist to go on and promote their music their way, have fun with it, do what they can, but I'm not going to rely on that for my future income. So anyway, yeah, that's my approach. I hope that's been useful. Again, this is my quick legal disclaimer. This isn't legal advice. This is just me talking about what I do. I'm not recommending that you do the same, obviously. Do whatever you choose to do, and I hope this has been useful, and I'll see you soon.